Hey guys, this is Salavan and Ganesh. So in this video, I'm going to go and I'm going to do a live demo showing you exactly our process in my agency for our rank and run sites, for our client sites. Most people are like, okay, I got the keyword research, but now what? Okay, do I have a homepage? Do I have service pages? What keyword should I target the homepage for? What in the service pages, location pages, blog pages, FAQ? I'm going to go ahead and show you an example site of what we do, our process, the homepage, the content, the interlinking, the title tags, the meta description, the everything, right? I'm literally going to go over this is actually a recording, a snippet of what we show inside our coaching program. So hopefully one day after watching these videos for free forever, you're like, Sarvanan, you provided enough value. I'm going to jump into your mastermind. So if that is you, here's the video. The keyword she's looking to rank for, if I can find my notepad, is contractor, Pasadena, Texas. So last week we went to Google Keyword Planner. We got all the keywords and all that. And so what I did is I went and gave those keywords to my content writer, right? And I asked him to write content for homepage. So our homepage would be around concrete, contractor, Pasadena, right? And then I said my service pages would be, and I gave him a few service pages. I'm going to show you all that, right? It's going to be, these are my services, okay? Service page, I'm going to have a page for concrete repair. I'm going to have a page for stamped concrete. I'm going to have a page for concrete driveway. I'm going to have a page for foundation repair. These are the 4 service pages, right? Then I'm going to have about 10 blogs, and then I'm going to have location pages and all that. Does it make sense? So let's take it step by step, right? I'm going to show you how my agency we do, and this has evolved over time. Here is how it looks like, okay? So here is the home page. I gave it to him. I gave him a list of the keywords, and we have the sheet, Google Sheet, which we have. And I basically say homepage, the title tag should be this. And the content writer basically writes the content based on the keywords we gave. And so I'm opening the Google Doc where he wrote the content, right? He took my keywords and he wrote the content, right? So it can be something similar to this, where it's something as simple as, hey, welcome to our website. We are one of the best concrete contractors in Pasadena. Blah, blah, blah. Just a bit talking about who we are. And I want to make sure we have the different keywords are included. So I gave him a lot of keywords like concrete, like contractor, company, residential, commercial, licensed. We have a whole list we went through last week. And so if I search for, let's say, licensed, I have it once, at least once, licensed, right? If I search for insured, I have it a couple of times. Does it make sense? Do I have the word contractor? Yep, I have it quite a few times, right? Do I have the word company? Yep. Do I have the word companies? I have it once. Does that make sense? So all the keywords I gave, he basically wrote content. Any questions on this? It's just something as simple as writing a bit of content with all the keywords. So Google can find it and we show up when somebody searches for cheap. Right? Look, cheap is right there. If somebody is searching for cheap concrete contractor, at least we have the word once, cheap.
Hey, Sarvanan, I was curious, what tool is the content writer using to spin content from keywords?
For my home page and my service pages, I am asking him to write manually. For everything else, I'm going to show you what I do. But with the way that ChatGPT is going on now, you can literally go to ChatGPT and probably ask it to write and give the keywords it could do. I haven't tested it fully. You can test it out, right? Literally, we're experiencing high demand. Okay, so if I say write a 500-word content on concrete contractor in Pasadena, Texas. And include I want to make sure I see my screen, words cheap and insured. Who knows? It might write it out for you. Look, oh my God, look at that. I don't even have to pay my content writer, to be honest, right? Or who knows, I'm paying my content writer and he is going to ChatGPT. I don't know, right? But what I'm saying, look, mixing, pouring, my God, this looks better than the content writer. Maybe I should go and say, do I have?
Do you have to pay for that? So,
ChatGPT is free.
okay.
Pouring. Okay, we actually have pouring.
Ganesh,
Yeah,
can I make a point?
yeah.
Last week I brought this up into the chat, and somebody, I'm not sure who, said Google can tell the difference between generated content, AI generated content, and not, and throw you out for it. I mentioned it to you in our meeting, and you said no. So whoever,
No,
yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. Thanks.
it's true. They can, Google is detecting it possibly as a defensive move, and they consider generated text to be spam. But there are ways, there are things you can run it through and checkers that you can tell. So if you generate something in ChatGPT, you change the first line, Google runs a check, they can say, oh, this is 80% because you just changed the first line, 80% generated. So it's very good at figuring this out, but there are other obfuscators. I don't know where they are, but you can run it through and then run it through the checker and you can determine if it's obfuscated.
That's true. So here is my take on it. With AI content, AI generated content, we are in the early stages even now. Okay. Number one, I heard Binge, Microsoft is coming out with its own AI tool, just like ChatGPT. How do I close this thing? Okay. But give me a second, guys. But here is why is this? I have no idea why this happened. Here is my thing. Number one, I don't know if Google can check it or not. Number two, down the road, probably they may go into that because everybody's going to ChatGPT and AI and all that. Number three, at least in the local SEO space, there's no such thing as duplicate content, right? So if you go ahead and copy somebody, I have no idea what's happening, guys. Sorry about this. Okay, let me show you a couple of things. Even if you copy, I don't know why, I want to make sure this is working properly. I usually use Copyscape. Looks like something is happening here. If I go through Copyscape, I wanted to show you Copyscape. That's something I used to check duplicate content. Most likely, this content that ChatGPT wrote that I copied would actually come across as, or maybe I had to purchase credits. Okay, let's leave it at that. Let's leave this out. Number one, sorry, I got sidetracked a bit. Even if you go and copy content from a concrete contractor, this is the site, I think this is Dora's site, if I'm not wrong, right? Don't do this, but even if you go and copy all the content from here and put it on your website, it will still rank because in the local SEO space, there's no such thing as duplicate content. How do I know that? I have tested it out. I can show you a great way to test it out. If you go and search for handyman in any city, there's this website that's Mr. Handyman that comes up usually somewhere, mrhandyman.com, which is fully built with duplicate content and is ranking like crazy. Okay, I'm just giving you examples, but you can test it out yourself. So even if Google down the road is able to find out, hey, this is written not by a human, but by AI, doesn't matter, right? We're still going to be ranking. In the more affiliate side, national side, I don't know. I'm not in that space, but local, absolutely, right? So make sense so far? So you can literally, it looks like this wrote a better looking content than my content writer. So you can go literally to ChatGPT and ask it to write it. Just make sure you give all the keywords, right? Because it's giving you all the good keywords. But the whole goal, why are we writing this content is number one, we want to make sure all the keywords are there. Not because the potential customer is going to read every line and say, all right, sounds good, I'm going to call this contractor. No one's going to read all that, right? They're just going to look, does the site look good? Does it have good reviews? I'll call, right? But for Google optimization, so if somebody is searching for specialized, polished concrete contractor near me, we have those words at least once, and the chances of us coming up for that search is high. Does that make sense? So what we do is we have this sheet, my content writer, my SEO manager, right? When I was by myself, it was just me. But right now, my SEO manager would say, hey, this is the homepage, this is the title, and this is the title tag for the homepage is the main keyword we're looking to rank, concrete contractor Pasadena, right? This is a service page. We have 4 service pages. We have these blogs, right? And then my content writer would take the keyword list and write content, right? Once he's written the content, then he would copy this and he'd put that sheet over here, right? And then this ANC is the anchor text. And there's another VA who would basically come and write what's the anchor text, what's the internal linking, and all that we want to do. And I'll go into that a bit deeper when we go into on-page optimization. But this is how we do it now, right? Do you have to do all of this? No. In the local space, remember, we're picking a fight with a toddler. You can do 10%, 20% of this and still be able to rank. We're not fighting with Mike Tyson. We're picking a fight with a toddler. Does that make sense? But the more we do, the better we are prepared to rank. It doesn't matter what they search for, right? So even though our main keyword is this that we want to rank for, okay? Concrete contractor Pasadena, Texas is the main keyword. We're putting this up in the homepage. We're putting all these service pages. Then we are putting these blogs. Where did we get these blog questions? What makes a good contractor? What to ask hiring and all that? When I go and search for concrete contractor Texas, Google will give me those. Does that make sense? For whatever reason, it's not coming up right now. Let's try a different one. Free service. Last time, I think I showed you. Google gives you, people also ask right here, right? If you don't see this coming up, you can always do something like free service near me or in concrete contractor Pasadena. It did not come up. I could do concrete contractors near me, and usually it comes up. Because I'm searching for something local. Because the previous search, I'm in Michigan and I'm searching in Pasadena. Does that make sense? Any questions? Let's take the look. Bilal says, ask the public. Absolutely. So that's another one. You can go ask the public, and this answerthepublic.com comes up. It's answer the public, Bilal, right? But good one there, right? And here you can basically say concrete. Did I do it right or not do it right? Concrete contractor search, and it'll give us some often asked questions. These 44 questions that people usually ask, right? And these are the questions. And you can take ones that are relevant for you. Does that make sense?